1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, bet. I feel like being extra today, so I'm gonna fill with my purse. Neon. I really gotta get surgery on my pinky toes because this little bump that's created, I don't like it, and I get that from my daddy. That's disgusting. You be growing mushrooms and fungi. I can't do that. That's giving too much. That don't look attractive to me. I gotta get it off, bro. Oh, we're on? Oh, okay. What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Taylor Michelle, and we're back here with another episode. This is the Healing Cardcast, parentheses, podcast. Shout out to Trizzy for Cardcast. Shout out to him. All credits due to him. This is a podcast where we are simply having conversations, talking about things that we don't express, things that are on our mind. This is a non-judgmental space. So the only thing you're allowed to do is to be free and to always remember that you are validated, you are valued, you are understood, and there are no judgments. Okay? Number one, we want to be free. And we're back here. First, before I even go in, I really want to give thanks to the people that have been pouring into me, and I'm just thankful. I can see I have people that I'm surrounded by that pour into me. So first, I want to give thanks to my church mom and to my church dad for always giving me guidance and speaking to me the way I need to be spoke to, and guiding me in the way that I need to be guided, and giving me the exact words that I need, that you give me, and that you direct me into God's direction, and you give me insight and understanding and how to adjust to certain things. I want to also thank my friends, especially the ones that I cherish and hold dear to. Thank y'all for putting up with me, because I'm a live person. I'm very outspoken, and y'all truly rock with me for who I am. So I really do appreciate that. I appreciate Trizzy for helping me be comfortable in my passion. He was the first person I actually felt comfortable with doing my series, which I have not finished, A Crying Help. He made me feel comfortable, and he didn't judge me for who I was, and then he gave me guidance and understanding of what I'm capable of in being in filming and acting and dancing and all that other stuff, and I really do appreciate it. And then he is my assistant director in Cry and Help, and he is my director at the church I go to. But he's a really great person to get mentored from. So I really do appreciate him. I appreciate. Oh yeah, you're welcome, bro. I appreciate Planet Fitness. Y'all have been working me. I shout out to Chanel. I really actually realized this while I was at Planet Fitness, that I'm literally around the people that literally pour into me, and because they pour into me, I have no problem of serving act of kindness to show my appreciation to them for so much they do for me, that I want to reciprocate the same energy for them because they deserve it. And I feel like that's what we're supposed to do anyways in God's eyes. So appreciate that. I just want to give thanks, because I really could have came up here and complained about my circumstances. God really put me in my place this morning, because I realized that sometimes my sight be on circumstance than my sight being on faith. Because one of the biggest problem I am having right now is not going out of God's will and allowing him to provide for me and allowing him to take control. I be so fixated on my circumstances that I let money play a factor into my life, for me to pay attention to what God needs me to pay attention to, because This is what my circumstance is. And I realized those are distractions to keep me off of what God is trying to show me, because I'm so fixed. Like I said, I'm so caught up and fixated on like what my circumstance is. And I'm so used to being in control of providing for myself that allowing God to provide for me, I'm a little iffy on it, because what you're telling me is that you want me to trust you, to have faith in you. And I didn't even want to be fake to myself and not admit like this is what I feel like. But I'm so willing to allow God to show me what he can provide for me more than I can provide for myself, because I know how capable I am to providing myself. I know how much I could do for myself. But God can do so much bigger, but I don't know that to be 100% sure, because I've never really trusted him with providing, because I'm such a control person when it comes to providing. I'm like, okay, bills got to get paid, this got to get done, and you want me to sit here in my room and be still? I don't want to do that. Which lets me know that we live in a society where turbulence is so high that when we are still, we really don't understand how important and how beneficial it is to be still, because when you are still, you can listen and you can pay attention to what's going on in your surrounding and understand, oh, had I just been still and listened to God, I would be able to produce more, be more fruitful, multiply more, bear fruit, had I just been anchored by God or be still by God. But because we live in such of a judgmental turbulence mindset, we always on the go. Like, that's survival mode. And a lot of people actually experience this. And then, like, when we, like, for me, for my experience, me coming from survival mode to being still was probably like the most uncomfortable, not understanding transformation experience that I've ever had, because it was so many things that I was not familiar with that I'm like, how is this beneficial? How is sitting down and relaxing beneficial? How is me advancing my communication or doing certain things in my life beneficial to me? I was told to not complain. It's fine. You need to go provide for yourself. Go provide for yourself. I was always like, check off your to-do list. You can't go have fun if you still got this. And that is not okay. That should not be normal. And it is normal. That's normal to certain people that experience that, because not a lot of people experience that. But those who experience that, like me, that's normal to them. So it revert into like a thriving, like calm, God got it, not worried about it, not stressing. That takes time. And I realized me being still, reading my Bible, getting out of my own routine and being in God's routine, allowing his plans to work, allowing his strategies to work, really allowing God to take control and not be in control has been like a battle. Because I want to go out his will so bad. So bad. Because I want to go get money. I want to pay these bills. I don't want to struggle. I don't want to worry. But I'm so willing to be obedient and to see what God has for me and to see his plans and to understand like his perspective, his view, how he sees it. Because I know how to get $300, $400. God might be like, girl, you can get more money just by just being you. You can get $5K off one day by you just entering in a room or being in a room with somebody, just being you. So that's something that God kind of spanked me in. So I decided not to spiral, because normally when I get these type of revelations, normally I would cry and get discouraged because I don't like my circumstances. However, I know that I have grown and matured to know that I'm not going to allow my circumstances to even define that this is what's happening for me. I refuse to have a poverty mindset as if I don't know I have a God who is going to get me out of this, who I depend on. So I have to literally remind myself every day that He's Jireh, that He has plans for me, that He has purpose, and just to speak life over myself and to change my mindset about it. Because if you don't agree with God going on, you're never going to see anything that's going to blossom or purpose or like water or plant, because your mindset is not on the same level of God. And it's not really God, it's really you. It's really me. Think about it. And I'm saying this to myself because I had to realize that it was my own judgment and my own perspective of how I saw myself. It was never people. People might have made me think of that of myself because that's how they think of me. But I should not think of myself the way others think of me. I should always think of me the way I think of me, and how I think of me should that's it. That should be it. But because this is personal, but because I allowed circumstances and people's opinions and judgment to change who I was, who I am, because I remain me now, who I am, I allowed myself to identify myself as that. And I allowed judgment to get inside my head as if I was never capable and believed it. Or I'm not enough. Or I don't deserve this. Or this will never happen to me. I allowed people to change who I am because that's what they saw in me. No, absolutely not. That's dead. When we, as a society, when we change our perspective on ourselves and actually really sit down and get to know who we are, you will realize that perception is everything. Like everything. Once you take off the perception of your own lens of how you view things and start just taking a step back and actually seeing things for what it's really worth and what it's really for, like truth will always be the same. Once you start waking up, you will start to see I'm not even a shitty person. Like the Bible says, and I'm so sorry that I just did that. I just cussed and said that. God forgive me. The Bible says, as you see your reflection in the water, that's how your character should be. So the way you see yourself when you look yourself in the water, so just imagine yourself at a lake, a river, a pool. You can see your reflection. That's how your character should be. How you see yourself. So when you look at yourself, how do you see yourself? Do you self-reflect? Do you take accountability? Do you say I'm wrong? Are you really mature? Or are you just saying this stuff because this is what you identify because you was in a room with other people? You really don't identify with that. To be real, and we want to get real truthful with it and factual, it is a very common society thing to be around somebody and pick up somebody else's. You can imitate anything. I can literally go on YouTube or watch freaking Medea and I can imitate my whole scene. It's just improv. It's just acting. You just picked up an imitation of somebody else's character. Lingering energy is a thing. That is not you. You're pretending to be something that you're not. We've all been through it. I know I've been through it. We allow our circumstances, people's judgment, and perceptions to make us identify with things that we don't even identify. And to even back it up, it's crazy that I even started like this because I didn't even go to my icebreakers yet. This week I wrote in my journal, I told you I was going to share my thoughts. I'm going to start having a segment called Daily Thoughts of just like things that I wrote down or things that I've seen in myself and stuff like that. Let me find it because that's so crazy that I started off like that and I wrote, here it is. So in my journal, I put, another thing that I am noticing is that my perspective on self-talk expression, talking to myself, etc., has been on my own shame and embarrassment because talking to myself and spending time with myself should be normal. Other judgment and what society has says is normal. I'm starting to see that talking to myself, or even when I'm talking to God, that's simply just self-expressions. We are literally just expressing to ourselves of how we feel to ourselves out loud. It's just that I think as society, we complicate when we enter other people's opinion. That's unnecessary weight we put on ourselves. Once I embrace that I talk to myself, and that this isn't something that I need to change about myself, I started to see that I'm actually spending time with myself more than I thought I was, and that I was enjoying being my own company. And once I let go of my own judgment about how I felt in my eyesight, I started to become more clear. Things started to become more clear, and I started to be more and be more and be a little bit more comfortable with speaking to myself out loud in public. When we let go of our own perception and judgment and we block it out, I promise you it's another sight. And it's more beautiful. God's perspective is more beautiful the way we see things. I'm just saying. I ain't mean to go so hard like that. Yes, I did. But let's get into these icebreakers. So y'all already know, best self. They have not promoted, but get at me. My DMs are open. Tonight's conversation, y'all know I mess with Ace Metaphor. Again, not promoted, but holla at me. DMs are open. All right, let's get started. Now I always get deep. I'm gonna close my eyes. Let me not think about it. Hold on. How did you meet your best friend? I don't have a best friend. So I can tell you how I met my 7th grade old best friend. We bonded. Literally, we was at school, middle school, 7th grade. We was walking out the hallway. It was a conversation about mindless behavior, and we literally argued over Ray Ray, who 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 meant. Oh my God! Speak, woman, speak. We literally went back and forth of who Ray's boyfriend was going to be, or who girlfriend. See, I can't speak. Y'all get the picture, get the gif. That's how we became friends. We bonded off of Ray Ray from mindless behavior, and I would say that's my man, and then she would say that's her man. That's how that became. We had the same but I don't have a best friend. My best friend card has expired. I do not care to have a best friend. I care about being around genuine people. I give people title too fast and not really know when to place people in my life, and that's something that I've been really, really working on. So that best friend shit is dead. Now I got close friends. That's about close to a best friend. Wouldn't that be the next level? Best friend, close friend? Yeah, I got close friends. I got my friend group is like small, cause I'm like literally a genuine person. So I only hang around with genuine people. Hey, I know some of y'all capped on that last video where I did the cards where it said, what is your love level, your romance level, vegetarian, pescatarian, and carnivore. Those that chose vegetarian, you the most cappest person I know. You cap. Because you don't even eat your veggies in real life. You cap. Captivity at its finest. I just want to let you know that. And please, y'all, share y'all comments, share y'all opinion, share y'all thought process on anything. I am an unbiased person. I want you to comment and share your thoughts and express yourself. Get healed, babes. Get healed, because that's exactly what I'm doing while I film this. I realized the bigger purpose of my car cast. My whole purpose was, and I was talking to my church mom about this while I get this ready. I was talking to my church mom about this because I think this is a very like a supernatural gift of mine. Is that I realized that when I came up with the idea, when I came up with the idea, and I told my friend about it, down with it, cool. I knew my purpose was in this to self-express and be the example that I've always wanted to be. I've always wanted to be a great example in God's eye. Whatever pleased God, I've always wanted to do that, but I've always had difficulties finding my okay, cool. So my purpose was to help others heal and to get them back to identifying who they are and to be just them, right? I didn't realize, as me being the example of being personal with y'all and not being biased and expressing myself, that I was healing myself in this while being helpful to other people. And I realized that this right here, this not no mini, this big, this about to go up. Like, I see millions of views, like I see a million engagement, a million followers, like, this podcast is about to move swiftly. Like, I already know, like, I've already had the revelation. Like, mark my words, this is manifested and this is God's promise. Amen. And yes, mark my words. Stamp this, because I'm confident. Stamp this. I know the bigger message. I've always understood the bigger message in any situation or assignment that I've always been in. I've always been like that. Okay. What? I'm trying to tell you something. You ain't listening. You got them deaf ears. Okay. When was the last time you traveled and where did you go? Oh, I can't tell y'all because I haven't opened up about that. So we're going to do a different card. What time expectations do you have on someone you're dating? What time expectations do you have of someone you're dating? I'm laughing because everybody wants everybody to be on their time. But that's not going to happen. Everybody wants everybody to be on their time, so I don't want to be biased and be like, he can take his time. That's cap. I'm capping to myself. No. A respectable time. I would like to be reasonable with my timing. And the only reason why I say that is because shit be happening. Like, things happen in a blink. Like, blink, something happened, didn't it? Right, you blinked. Duh. I'll be reasonable and I'll be modest about it because I know, like, things can play into effect. I gotta be, like, reasonable. So, reasonable. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm sweating like bricks. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sweating like bricks. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sweating like bricks. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sweating like bricks. 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 This is my A. Because I'm from Atlanta. Yeah. Atlanta. Um. Let's see. Let me share some daily thoughts with you guys that I wrote in my thing. I was actually writing in my journal before he pulled up on the kid. So, I don't know where I'm gonna start at. I wrote a lot, bro. I want to say that I'm a fast learner. And the only reason why I say that, and I know this is just random, but I realize how fast I pick up on things and how fast that when someone gives me instructions or give me, like, suggestions, notes to help me, it's like that. And I start immediately putting that into work. To give you an example, last week or maybe the week before that, my trainer told me that I was more flexible and mobile than I thought I was, and that I needed to stop playing and that I needed to start giving myself more credit than I do, because I really don't give myself credit. So when she said that, I leaned back, took it in, sat with it. I like, she's right. I am way too humble and I don't be popping my shit. And I said, you know what? I do need to take credit because I'm very proud of me. That's another thing. That's two more people that I need to say. One, the first thanks I needed to say was to God. Sorry, my mind went back to the intro. I do thank God foremost and foremost. And I do thank myself because I'm showing up for myself. And I'm proud of me because I'm growing up and maturing and I'm seeing a difference in myself than how I used to be. And I really like this new me. And I really like the new friends I have, all this new. I said that. I told myself that it was going to be new anyways. But anyways. Great, Tay. Great. English. Oh, credibility. This is why I love my friends. Credibility. Yeah. So once she told me that, oh, I locked in. I locked in with myself. And then I started to see differently. I'm like, oh, wow, I need to really stop sleeping on myself. And I really do need to stop. I really do need to start popping my shit because I'm very humble and I enjoy being humble. But I think there's a difference of being humble and then being too humble. And I'm fine with both. Like, I don't mind being humble. And I also don't see a problem with being too humble. But I also understand, like, nah, you need to let them know. You need to let them know. You that girl. You him. You himothy. You hurthy. That don't even sound right. You hurthy. I had to say that with my chest. Because that was questionable. We don't question. We don't do that. So before I start reading my daily thoughts, because I do want to get in this segment of daily thoughts, I do want to talk about how, like, I had this, like, I knew today when I was recording what I was going to talk about. Like, I had it planned, da 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 da. And literally, before I got here, the whole segment shifted. And I was like, oh, this is what you want me to talk about? Cool. Bet. So, before I get into it, last episode, I talked about identity crisis. And I was very open up. I was very vulnerable and willingly open up about my identity crisis, which was that was probably one of my biggest acknowledgement of myself. And I'm going to get into that more deeper later, but I want to talk about this. I realized, what was I about to say? It faded away. I realized that I don't like when my thoughts do this. Like, they just disappear. Who told you to leave? Bring memories back to the mind. Please. No one told you to walk your ass out this door. Bring it back in. We're not finished. I'm still speaking. That's rude. You know what? Let the Lord use me. I'm not even going to stay right there. Back to my daily thoughts, because I'm not even finna. Nope. Next chapter. Next book. One daily thought that I want to share with you guys is that, hold on, I've been making self-conscious decisions to be myself and not care for what others think or say. Something I am slowly, easing myself in because it's very uncomfortable and too trusting to make this decision. I've noticed little changes about myself. I've noticed my perspective have shifted by not putting the weight of the world judgment or people judgment. You remember when the earlier conversation, perspective is anything. This is tap in. That is my judgment, and it's been me and how I see myself, what I think of myself. I doubt myself. I doubt my own capabilities. I didn't believe in myself. I gave up on me. It was my own judgment that trapped me in a poverty mindset because I allowed my circumstances and environment to play a part. I let other people's judgment to affect me, and I gave my own energy in seeking validation in others and not in me. I allowed rejection to tell me that I'm nothing, that I'm a mistake, that I'm not enough, and that this is falsehood perspective, a poverty mindset, and a worthless lie because I am capable. I am enough. I mean a lot. I am beautiful. I am worth it. I don't need to be validated. I am validated. I validate me, and God got me. I thought me reading this for y'all, because this is the first time I read it. You know, it's different when you say it in your head and you write it, but when you actually, like, read it back to yourself, you actually gain a sense of personality, a sense of emotion. And I really thought that I was just going to burst out of tears and cry, but I didn't. I actually felt more secure and more like relief to know, like, okay, this is truth. I admitted it. I have gained peace. That's one thing I really enjoy about truth. Like, the relief of peace. Just being, you know how like you get a massage and you just, that's how it feel when like I be telling the truth. People be thinking like the truth is easy to say. It's not. Truth will never be easy. It don't matter who the person is. You're not even truthful with yourself. Let's be real. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm not scared of none of y'all. I wasn't even truthful with myself. There's been times where I lied to myself thinking that I needed to be something else. Like I said, it's going back to the conversation that we had previous. Like, pretending to be something that I'm not. Out here fooling my own self. I had to realize I'm nobody's fool, and I'm not about to be a fool of myself. Once I literally started admitting truth about myself, and truth is not easy. There's been a lot of times where I didn't even call a spade to my own self. I know y'all heard that saying, is call a spade a spade. Truth can be sharp. Truth can be uneasy. Truth can hurt. Truth can be happy. Truth's got different descriptions that modify itself, but the main thing that truth does is set you free. The main thing that truth does is give you peace. I will always exchange my burdens for peace with God. Sit where with what voices? Nah. Bomba clot. No. Y'all got that. I'm not about to do that. Once I started being real with myself and started tightening up, it was over with. I don't care about nothing about being but telling the truth to myself, being real with myself, being genuine with myself, having peace, living my life. I'm finally in a like literally I can finally say that I wake up every day and I enjoy being alive. I enjoy living. I enjoy waking up and notice that I am here, that I want to spend time with myself, that I care for myself. That took years. I can say that. I can admit that. Like, I have peace. I'm happy. I'm uplifting. I am. Boy, you can't tell me nothing. Because I'm out here living. Okay. Complain about what? Complain about who? I'm good. I'm okay. I'm going to go that way. I don't want to be around you. You're very toxic and your energy's down low. I'm alright. I'm going to go over there where it's quiet and it's peaceful and it's still. Because I don't care what you got going on. Because I'm enjoying life. And I will not let you be a leech or a parasite to drain my energy because you feel like life ain't shit. I'm so sorry that you're going through that. May God bless you and He heals you and He be your helper. But me, my God, hale, I will be living. Okay? I'm not, I don't care for the depression. I don't care for all that. Lived it, been in it, done it. It don't do nothing. It don't serve no purpose. It serves no purpose. And I'm not about to give it no more energy. I know where that hose leads. It's just stagnant. Go nowhere. I'm okay. I'm okay. And this goes back to what I was just saying. I love it, the alignment, God. Another daily note, right? I've gained so much peace knowing that it's out of my control when challenging days come. It's no point to avoid. It's inedible to dodge. And I am not putting energy or losing energy in shit I can't control. I'd rather be prepared for challenging days to handle them better than panic and not have sense of how to handle challenges. I've been down this path. There's nothing good comes from it. You gain nothing. It doesn't do shit for you but cause you to stress. And that's not for me. We can't control life in daily circumstances. It's out of our control. What do I look like complaining about something that I can't control? I can express myself that I ain't like the shit, for sure, or whatever the situation is. But at the end of the day, they got to end. I seen that on TikTok. Have you seen that? No, but for at the end of the day, I I'd rather just try to figure out a logic or like practical answer than me sitting there. Oh my God. No, I've been there. I don't have time for mental breakdowns. I don't have time to spiral different emotions. I don't have time to sit there and not come up with a plan or try to figure out or try to strategize or see what's in it. She is riding that G Wagon, boy. What? Girl. And she got the homegirl with her. Stop playing with her. You want to grow up just like her. Y'all hear it? It's the VA. That's a whole Hellcat. Don't play with her. Yeah, it's just inevitable. Like, we can never control conflict. Conflict is out of our control, but what we can control is how we respond to conflict. What we can control is how we act. What's our next step? What can we do to handle this situation? And I'd rather be prepared and equipped and to know how to make better decisions or what decisions to make for whatever circumstances the situation is. I want to remain calm because I know the difference between how I can think and process when I'm more calm than I'm panicking. Panicking and worrying and being discouraged and having high anxiety, it don't get me nowhere but to smoking. I'm not trying to do that. That is not the way. I want to be able to be in a situation where I am calm. I'm focusing on my breathing. I'm in the situation. I have a mindset where I can think. I want to be in situations where I can think because we don't know what's about to happen. And I need to be prepared at all times. Someone needs to be smart. And I'd rather be smart for myself so that way I'm in situations, I'm smart for others. Bro, I got wisdom. Bro. These folks needs to get at me. Okay, so this is the last thing that I want to talk about in this episode. A couple of days ago, I went to my homeboy's apartment. Shout out to him for getting his own place. I'm very actually proud of him and what he's been accomplishing. He's really been working hard and maintaining the life that he really wants. So that was very motivation for me. And just walking in his apartment, I felt the peace and the quietness in that house. And his roommate was cool as hell. Shout out to you too. But in that, we were friends. We hanging out, chilling, having great conversations. Them niggas was watching Baddies. You watch Baddies? Yeah, it's like a reality TV show. You don't watch Baddies? Baddies is a new show on Zeus. Okay. I don't watch it either. But my friends was watching Baddies. And that was the first thing he said to me when I came into his house. He was like, "Don't judge me. I'm going to watch Baddies. I'm watching Baddies." I'm like, "Why would I judge you?" But when I literally walk into his crib, yo, them niggas was watching Baddies, bro. They were literally watching Baddies. And I find it so interesting because I'm like, this is normal. That's normal. Like, why shouldn't guy watch reality TV show? Because it's drama and that's what females like to do. Ooh, clock. I never got into it because I know like half the shit is scripted and fake because I have a whole film major degree and all that. So I know certain things are like actual real life, but I also know that certain shit is scripted. So it's like ain't no point of watching it when I've already have that perspective. I kind of like ruin, I guess, the intensity, the amuse, the entertainment that it's trying to gain at me because I'm already knowing what type of it is. But anyways, we was there chilling. Roommate went to sleep or whatever. Me and him were having a conversation, but he was watching Baddies. I was on my phone, but I was talking to myself. But while I was talking to myself, I was responding to my thoughts. And I was right there with him. And he was like, "Did you just respond to your thoughts?" And I was like, "Yeah, I responded to my thoughts." He was like, "Bro, that's weird." I said, "No, it's not. It's normal." He said, "What?" I was like, "It's normal." Because remember in my last episode, I talked about, or the previous, either one, I talked about how, like, I never understood the concept or how weird the mechanism of the empty chair is. But once I really, like, took a step back and really, like, reflected on what my therapist said, like, that is normal. Like, that just lets me know that I actually spend time with myself. Like, I actually genuinely talk to myself and I respond back to myself. Like, I was unsubconsciously didn't know that I did that. And once I started to embrace that, I was wrapped. I stopped fixating on other people's judgment and like the perception that I had of myself, yo, I was sleeping on myself. Like, I've been sleeping on myself. Like, I wake up now and I look at myself in the mirror and I be like, just the essence of my beauty. I'm gorgeous as hell. I'm sexy. Hi. Do you see me? Look at me. Look at me now. I'm sexy. I'm cute. I'm beautiful. Like, my character, like, even having like the more I realize, the more engaged I am with people, the more I realize my character. The more I realize, like, yo, it's not me, bro. Like, I'm really like a sweet, genuine person. Like, I just have a really lively personality. Like, my character, like, it's not me, bro. It's others. And I also realized, and I'm gonna talk about this in my next episode. So I'm gonna pin it just a little bit because, yeah. But once I realized that, oh, it's raps. Oh, I don't even think about people. I be in that gym dancing. I realized me going to Planet Fitness, that's my sacred place because I'm literally myself. Like, I make a decision every day to choose to be myself, to be comfortable with myself, to be present with myself, to enjoy myself, to be in my skin. Because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really it used to be uncomfortable being in my skin. I never was comfortable in my own skin. And I'm learning to sit in my femininity and just be me. Once I took my own listen and my own perception and I just let it go, I just was like, oh, I've been a girl this whole time. I just haven't been seeing it. You can diminish your own reflection by the way you think of yourself. So before I end this, I really want to encourage you, whoever is listening, whoever is watching this, even myself, pour into yourself, water yourself, take care of yourself. Don't beat yourself up because you spent money on yourself because you're not used to it. Don't feel guilty and shame. That's what really gets us because the guilt and shame really gets to us. Don't feel guilty for loving you. Don't be ashamed of who you are because other people are not like that and they're not used to people like you. You're rare. You're genuine. God created one and the only one, and that was you. And no one can ever be you the way you can be you. So just be you. I tell myself that all the time. I find myself in places where I'm in alignment. Like, I just went to a live band and met photographers just by going to paint. I went to go paint and I found myself in a live band and these people like, oh yeah, I do music, I do this, I do photographer, I said, oh, this ain't nothing but God. God gonna attract it. Don't chase. God's going to attract it. So when I say just be you, that's what I mean. Just be you. I'm learning to just be myself and not allow other people's opinions and judgment to get to me. That's probably one of my biggest lessons I learned about myself and others. So, y'all know I gotta close out my intro. Hold on. I'm really loving this single life, y'all. This single life is really, really good. I like being taken out to dinner, not having to pay. I've always had to pay. I never understood how beautiful of a woman I am and how attractive that I am. Like, being like wearing girly clothes and all that stuff, I never really looked at my figure. Like, I really never paid attention to me for real. I really was underneath a rock. And that's upsetting to me about myself that I've been living under the rock. Cause like, girl, why? Why are you Patrick Starring? We don't live in a bikini bottom. And that's exactly where I've been living. I promise y'all I'm gonna get this down. And I need to. But I pray that you receive healing and that God exchange your burdens with peace. Surpass your understanding. You are loved. You are needed and enough. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you watch. Please subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram at Taylor Michelle 1111 for ones, TikTok and Snapchat at Tay Michelle 1111. And please subscribe to my channel. Comment, share, like, turn your notification bell on. Please send me clip scenes of things that that was related to you, or your opinions and stuff. I want to hear stuff back from you guys. Thank you for tuning in to me. Y'all have been going crazy on the shorts and the views. Like, for me to have 102 and I have like 2.k views and all that, thank y'all, for real, for real. It's only gonna go up. I thought they hit your car, bro, and I was finna pray for mercy on their souls. I see you guys later.